Morning, everybody. Welcome into the Wednesday episode here of, I was almost going to say the payoff pitch of Winning Bets. Here to give you guys free sports picks every single day. You guys got your coffee? You guys got your ready? I'm excited for today's show. We'll, of course, recap yesterday's action, and then we'll get into the bets today. And, of course, then we'll also talk some NFL on today's shows as well. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right on into the recap, have some fun with this, and see how yesterday unfolded. Let's go ahead and do the full recap, and then we'll break it down by individual, by sports. Let's first go ahead and talk Champions League. As you can see, obviously, over on your right-hand side, overall went 2-3 and down a unit. But let's look at them individually. How about in the Dynamo versus Chelsea game? Needed both teams to score at a good even money bet. That did not happen. I watched about 75% of that game, and apparently the American owner, Todd, Bowley, or however you pronounce the guy's name, I know he's also the owner there of the Dodgers, he was equally as pissed off at that performance as I was because he sacked Thomas Tuchel this morning. I laughed out loud this morning when I saw that news that they sacked Thomas Tuchel. Unreal. That's just the classic, such the classic, like you buy a team and you didn't hire that manager and they get off to a rough start and, gotta go ahead and get rid of him. I didn't hire him. I didn't hire Thomas Tuchel, so he's out of here. So, yeah, not a good performance by Chelsea. They were obviously bringing it a little bit later on, and I was hanging out on TikTok Live during that match and said it. Like, you knew Dynamo was going to definitely concede possession in the last 15, 20 or so minutes of that match and just kind of sit back, really work on their shape, and just defend their 1-0 lead. They did that large in part, and Chelsea had chances. Reece had a nice shot, hit off the post. They had some opportunities. It just didn't quite fall Chelsea's way. So, really a heartbreaker right there to start off our day, losing a bet that, man, Chelsea gotta do better right there and go ahead and get that one. What about Salzburg and Milan? Both teams scored over 2.5. Tough beat right there. Halftime was 1-1, so just need a goal. Obviously, at that point, don't care who finds the back of the net. That was not a match I watched, so I don't know how close it was to getting that all-important third goal that we needed. But, just knowing the teams and knowing the bet, I'd make it again. I certainly would make it again. Just heartbreaker stuff. We did get a win, though. One of our wins was Madrid on the money line. They won 3-0. It took them till the second half to get the goals, but the goals certainly came, and that was good to see. Not another match that I did not watch, so not surely how it unfolded, but Madrid's obviously the better team, and Madrid's going to be better than most of these teams in the competition, so nice to see them come through there on the money line. Then we parlayed that with Benfica team total over 1.5 goals. They got both of their goals. I believe it was in the second half. The second one was an absolute cracker. I saw the highlight, banged it from way out. The dude was so far out. He absolutely just hit an absolute stunner. So love to see that parlay come through for us. We were tripped up by PSG team total over 2.5 goals, and I'm blaming Mbappe. I know Mbappe hit a brace, but he gets all the blame for not cashing that. That was the game that I watched the entirety of that game. There was an opportunity where it was in the second half, Mbappe was streaking down the right-hand side, and he had Neymar on his left. And there were a couple defenders in the middle, but these guys are quality. He could easily square the ball over to him, and Neymar would have tapped it into the back of an empty net, just given where the goalkeeper's position was. And what did Mbappe do? He tried to be the hero and take a shot and hit the side of the net. He tried to go for his hat trick. Just play the easy ball across to Neymar, and we're tapping it in the back of the net, and we're getting a good plus money cash. So, tough stuff right there. That one hurt. I mean, PSG had 2 goals in the first 25 or so minutes of the match, 20, 25 minutes. So a large part of that game, we just needed 1 goal. I loved when Juventus scored. I said, okay, maybe that'll push PSG a little bit harder to regain their 2-goal cushion. And it just didn't happen for PSG. So unfortunate stuff. We did come back though and get a bet in Sevilla, Manchester City. We talked about that one yesterday. Ended up doing Sevilla. Team total under 0.5, Man City clean sheet, whatever you want to go ahead and call it. Sevilla had 1 shot on target. Pretty much what I thought. Even though City had been struggling, they still got it. And Sevilla had been like struggling. And of course, I don't watch La Liga as much as I do Premier League, but you just look at their squad. It's like Sevilla's going to have a hard time coming up out of this rut. Well, Man City's got all the players. They'll pick themselves right up out of that rut. So, again, y'all got sometimes if you don't want to do any handicapping, just go to the sports books. They had their over-under shots on target at 2.5. Sevilla wasn't going to threaten City's goal, and if they do, were they going to find the back of the net in the 1 or 2 opportunities, that they were going to get? Well, at a good, plus money cash, I was going to go ahead and, roll the dice that City was going to keep the clean sheet. And again, they had 1 shot on target. So, unfortunate day. Obviously, you can see on the far right-hand side, we lost just under a unit. We just need, as we do this recap, just 1 bet just one bet that lost to go our way, and we'd secure profit. But that's how it goes right now. It seems like when you're losing, you're just losing, and you're losing crazy ways. Chelsea can't find the back of the net, and Mbappe can't square a ball that's easily to a tap into Neymar. Just unfortunate stuff right there. We roll into the MLB, though. Let's go ahead and throw up the MLB. And this one was... I thought for sure we were going to pull some profit. I thought for sure we were going to pull some profit in MLB. We hit my best bet of the day. Red Sox F5 team total over 1.5, a good plus money cash. Again, that was the best bet of the day on payoff pitch. Got a little nervous, obviously, when the Rays announced the pitching change, because then it changed from Rasmussen going, anywhere from 4 to 6 innings to a bullpen game. And it's just harder to hit the bullpen guys. But we got a nice 2-run home run, so we did get a good cash right there. Guardians run line. People asked me what was your best bet of the day when we were hanging out on TikTok Live. Well, after the pitching change, I still obviously had to stay committed to the Red Sox because that was my best bet of the day on payoff pitch. But I told people, I said, hey, for an alternate best bet of the day, how can you not like the Guardians run line? The pitching advantage, hitting advantage, bullpen advantage. That was my second best bet of the day. It was good to see that one come through. And then we started getting some unfortunate luck like we've been running into. I don't know if I've had a profitable day since... Obviously didn't win money yesterday. Didn't win money on Monday. Didn't win money on Sunday. I didn't win money on Saturday. Got my ass handed to me on Saturday. I don't think I've had a winning day since Friday. And then yesterday, it's just in baseball, unfortunately. Like, Pirates are up. Like, they don't need to tack on a 2-run home run in the 8th inning. I can't be mad at the guy. You swing at a crappy pitch and you hit it out. It's just unfortunate because... The pitching that I talked about on payoff pitch was happening. The game was low scoring throughout. Pirates were doing the job. And then just give up that 2-run home run in the 8th inning. Just unfortunate stuff right there. What about the Nerfy and Padres versus Diamondbacks? That was absolutely disgusting. 6 up, 6 down. Oh, but wait. The first pitch was hit for a home run. You take away that first pitch and we cruise to an easy Nerfy cash. But nope. The first pitch of the game had to be hit for a home run. I couldn't even, I'm sitting there, you kind of like you're aware of the time of when all your bets are kind of happening, and you kind of look at the clock, it's like, oh, that game just started. Pulled it up and it already said 1-0. I'm like, what are we talking about here? 1-0. It's like the game just started. Yeah, sure enough, first pitch, dude hit a home run. So tough stuff right there. Mitch Keller over 3.5 Ks. Tip your hat to him. Pitched an outstanding game. Kept the Mets quiet all game. Obviously, the Pirates ended up winning the game, so he did his job. He went deep into the game. He just wasn't striking out any people. So unfortunate stuff. And then we did get a cash. How about Dozier under 0.5 hits. Got 3 at-bats and couldn't do anything against Shane Bieber in any of those at-bats. My man was 3 for 24 against his career. We love that bet. And we got that one at good plus money cash. So that one right there. And then we had some heartbreaker to end our night. We mentioned we only need one bet, whether it was soccer or baseball, to go our way to turn profit. Phillies, they get a win over the Marlins. Marlins, and then the Brewers are cruising against the Rockies. 6-1 entering the 8th inning, and then they put in a relief pitcher on 8 pitches. He gave up 5 runs. Yeah, I said that correctly. He threw the ball 8 times, and he gave up 5 runs? But it's not going your way, fellas. It's not going your way. So then the game goes to extra innings. Brewers tack on a run in the extra innings. Most teams get a run in the extra innings, right? Guy starts on second base. Not that hard to get 1 run in extra innings. Rockies do the same, but then they follow it up with a 3-run home run. So, yeah, absolutely tough stuff right there. So that Nerfy was sickening. The Brewers losing that game was sickening. The under 8.5, I thought Mets Pirates was a little sickening. Just tough stuff. And then we did come back in the nighttime. Hopefully you watched Kyrgios versus Kashinov. Hopefully you guys watched that match. I thoroughly watched it. I watched the whole thing. And I love that Kyrgios went down at the end. I hate his attitude. Everybody respects his talent. Everybody, he is also entertaining. He had several shots in that match, or not several, he had a couple where he hit it between his legs. I mean, the dude is entertaining as can be, but he's just such an ass. It overshadows his game. He's just I love that Kashinov took him down in 5 sets. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, we cruised to over 37.5 games. That one cashed early 4th set. That's how many, there was a 7-5, a 6-4. I think it went 7-5, 6-4, 7-5, tiebreaker. And then I think it went 6-4. So very, very easy over 37.5 games. So unfortunate, though. Down on the day. Just under a unit. And obviously, you guys can see right there, down 3.65 units on the weekend. We still got our arbitrage money, which maybe we're going to go ahead and use that today on today's Champions League. So plenty of time to go ahead and figure that out. But yeah, tough stuff right there, fellas. Absolutely tough stuff right there. Before we get into the next action, let's go ahead and jump into the comment section. Yeah, this is late in the season. You know, teams that aren't going to be in the playoffs. You see this in all sports. You don't know if dudes are looking to the holidays. You can't really explain it, but I mean, literally, the dude threw 8 pitches and he gave up 5 runs. That's a kick in the groin right there. That's a kick in the groin right there. Yeah, people are jumping off baseball. I hear you. What's up, March? What's up, my man? I don't think I've seen you in a while. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. Let's get it. We're going to get it today. We're going to get it. I mean, it's going to turn. It's like, does it turn today, tomorrow, Friday? Like, it's going to turn. We're not like we're getting blown out with our bets. I think it's a little unfortunate results. But yeah, big result there for Dynamo. I mean, that's just massive. Getting an early goal and being able to hold off Chelsea again. Such a good result for them, but in the same right, Chelsea did look pretty bad. So, I mean, they look so damn bad. Their manager got the sack. Obviously, they've stumbled so far earlier in their Premier League campaign, but good result for them. Bad performance, I thought by Chelsea. So yeah, definitely a bounce back day. Let's go, boys. And then we got my man here coming with that positivity. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. All right, let's get into a thing here. We only got 2 days till the start of NFL season, so you're getting a reminder today, and you're getting a reminder tomorrow. And then once the season starts, the groups are going to lock. And it doesn't lock on Sunday. It locks tomorrow. So if you want in the Pigskin Pick'em contest, where I'm giving away $25 each and every single week, jump on in there today or tomorrow. And if you also want to get in the Eliminator group, where I'm giving away $200 to the season-long winner, get on in these groups. If you need the group information, you can grab it from this video description. In this video description is where you can go ahead and grab that. I want to know who has locked in their Eliminator pick and who has locked it in on the Colts. I saw this tweet yesterday, and I'm on the Colts. And I was like, am I going to have to change it off of the Colts? Their last 12 season openers, they've only won one of them. One of them? One? Am I changing it off the Colts? Is anybody else changing it off the Colts? Was anybody else locked in on the Colts? I mean, they're playing the Texans. Come on. And they've severely upgraded their quarterback with Matt Ryan. Like, that's the best quarterback they've had in several seasons is Matt Ryan. So, all I know is, and I don't know how long you guys have been playing these contests, and I actually joke around this with one of my friends. It's like a running joke with us because it's like a true thing. Like, we'll make let's say our Pigskin Pick'em contest, and then the morning of, you get like injury news, and you make a couple changes. Those changes never go your way. Like, if you're on the Colts and you change it to the Texans, like, let's say against the spread, now the Colts are all of a sudden going to cover that. Those changes never go your way. So I'm scared of this stat, but I kind of want to change, but then I don't kind of want to change. Like, I'm just kind of be like, all right, I guess I'm riding out the Colts. I guess I'm going against this terrible stat, and every season is different, so maybe this stat doesn't matter. Or maybe this is going to be the year where they pick up that second win, right? Pick up that second. I'm going to stay with the Colts. I got a feeling I'm going to stay with the Colts. I'm going to trust what I do, but boy, tough tweet to go ahead and find on your timeline yesterday and knowing you're locked in on the Colts. So, guys, this is going to be a lot of fun in those groups. Obviously, we're talking NFL. We're giving away money as well. So, yeah, get on in there. Get on in there. Yeah, I'm glad soccer's in full flow, too. And, there you go, Brian. Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Okay, we got a Miami pick here for the Eliminator. Where are the Miami's going up against? I just don't quite recall off the top of my head. I've already looked at it. I've been firing out some NFL bets, so I just can't quick recall off the top of my head who they're playing. Saints are a good pick. Going up against the Falcons. I like the Falcons against the spread, just because you never know what you're going to get Jameis Winston, but I do think the Saints win the game. But I think the spread's 4.5. I haven't locked in my Pigskin Pick'em bets or picks for this week, but I bet I do Falcons plus 4.5. I bet I do it. All right, we got a couple people who are locked in. You trolling me there, Professor? You're trolling me there. I'm already struggling with the decision. I'm already struggling, man. Love to see that right there. All right, good. Let's go ahead now and keep this show rolling. Let's talk today's Champions League bets. Heartbreak yesterday. No, 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 no. No heartbreak today. We're going to win today in the Champions League. This is how we're going to do it. Ajax Rangers, both teams are scoring over 2.5. Kind of like the, Milan-Salzburg game yesterday. See goals, see both teams scoring. Just didn't quite go our way, obviously, yesterday. But I think Ajax and Rangers are going to go ahead and get it done. Atletico-Porto, under 2.5. Just feels like a classic Atletico game. Feels like a game with also you're getting Porto on the road. If this was a home fixture for Porto, I probably wouldn't make this bet. But with them on the road, surely they're going to struggle at Atletico. Atletico, to me, just doesn't have all that much firepower to begin with. Porto's going to keep it close, compact. They're going to want to scrape out 1 point. This is a dream. Like, Porto, here's a fixture on the road in Champions League. We need to grind out to a point. If they get in an open game with Atletico, they're not going to outscore Atletico, so they need to just keep it close, keep it compact. All right, so under 2.5, like that one. Club Brugge, they're taking on Bayern Leverkusen. Club Brugge has scored 2 goals in every game this season. This is a team that's from Belgium. Bayern Leverkusen, they're not firing on all cylinders. They've been conceding goals. So I like Club Brugge here at home to find the back of the net twice. That's probably, if I had to just scan those 5 bets, Club Brugge may be my favorite of those 5. I really like Club Brugge to go ahead and get 2 goals at good plus money. Napoli, I ain't scared of Liverpool. Anybody scared of Liverpool, what they're putting out this season? And I know Champions League, and you can look at Man City yesterday, kind of struggling in the Premier League, right? Didn't beat Newcastle, didn't beat Villa, but then they showed up in the Champions League. Well, you know what? You go look at the head-to-head, Napoli has gotten a result in the last 3 head-to-heads against Liverpool, and these are recent head-to-heads. I ain't scared of Liverpool. I am definitely not scared. This game's at Napoli. Let's go, Napoli. So basically, against the spread, plus a half. You can call it double chance, Asian handicap, whatever you want to call it. Basically saying Napoli's either going to win the game or they're going to draw the game to go ahead and cash that bet. And again, I'm not scared of Liverpool. I've watched all their games. I saw the one against Fulham. I saw the one against Palace. Obviously, I saw the game against United. I've seen 4 of their games. I'm just not impressed with anything they're doing. Their midfield is really weak. They don't have Henderson again. They don't have Chiete. Thiago Alcantara may be coming back. I don't know. I'm just not too worried with Liverpool, so I'll gladly take Napoli at home and plus a half. Then Lewandowski to score 2+. Some of these games today are really hard to try and find value. That Barcelona game was extremely tough. I even think the Bayern game is a little tough. I want to wait and see lineups. Obviously, Inter coming off a tough loss last weekend against AC Milan. I want to see lineups for that game. I want to add a bet for Inter Milan and Bayern, of course, without forcing it. I'm not going to force it bet. But that game was a little hard to find some value. And the Barcelona game is incredibly tough. Look, they should absolutely run it up here at home. Lewandowski's the man. Look what Haaland did, right? Big-time players know how to show up in the Champions League. This Champions League, it's Tuesday night. It's Wednesday night football. All eyes are on them. I love Lewandowski to go ahead and get him a brace, if not more, at plus 125. So that's how we'll go ahead and roll in the Champions League. Let's go ahead and jump into these Champions League comments, and then we will jump. Oh, Miami's taking on the Patriots. Ooh, they always play the Patriots tough and can even knock them off. So risky. There's one coach I don't bet against. I learned my lesson seasons ago. You don't bet against the GOAT. It's your professor. You don't bet against the GOAT. That dude, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT for a reason. So you take Miami. I can't touch Miami. Not for me. What about Ajax to win over 2.5? Like that. Ajax, of those 2 teams, if you had to pick a winner, I'm definitely gravitating towards Ajax. I'm a little nervous. I haven't obviously watched Ajax. I'm just going off stats and stuff. Man, they've been getting rid of all their good players, it seems like. So that makes me a touch nervous. Obviously, they did bring in Bergeron, though, from Tottenham. But if I had to pick a winner, I would be on Ajax for sure. I would certainly be on Ajax if I had to pick a winner. Do we like the under in the Seahawks game and the Panthers game? You got Panthers taking on the Browns. I don't know what these numbers are in terms of the over-under. You got Panthers taking on the Browns. Panthers probably win that game 20. And again, I don't know the over-under, so you can then take my score predictions and do what you wish with the over-under. But Panthers probably beat the Browns. Browns gonna be bad. They're paying some. I saw the tweet, some multi-hundreds of millions of dollars for quarterbacks that won't even take one snap for them because they're paying Baker Mayfield, and they're paying obviously Deshaun Watson. Anyways, Panthers win that game probably 24. Browns still have a good defense, probably 21, probably 20, maybe even 20. They probably win that game 20-10. I say Panthers probably win that game 20-10. So again, I don't know what the over-under is here off the top of my head. So I say Panthers win 20-10. And Seahawks are playing the Broncos. I bet the Broncos win that game. The Seahawks have terrible quarterback play. I mean, they're starting Geno Smith. I bet the Broncos win 24-10. So I don't know what the overs unders are, but those are my two predictions: 20-10 and 24-10. Atletico Madrid, I could definitely see that. I'm still bitter from that Paco's card loss on Monday. That one's still. But the Barcelona win to nil, and again, everybody has different juice cutoff. That's why when I say it's hard to find value, if you like minus 195, whether it's Professor or somebody else watching this video, Barcelona to win to nil is minus 195. I think that's a great parlay piece. Or if you like minus 195, you go ahead and bet minus 195. But I agree. I think Barcelona certainly wins to nil. It was just at minus 195. So that's why I didn't bet it. But it was a bet I looked at. That's why I know the juice, because I wanted to see if I could bet Barcelona to win to nil. Bayern on the money line should get it done. They're on the road. Another team that, should get it done. I would think Bayern gets it done, but I would need to see lineups before I can really, really, really feel comfortable. But yeah, Bayern. This is the better bet. Rather than backing Bayern to win the game, not knowing what the juice is, or maybe it's probably not plus money bet. It's probably not plus money bet. Actually, I'll go. Let's look it up right now. Let's see what this. And I'm just going to DraftKings just because that's what happens to be open. That's what happened. Maybe we'll add that bet right here on the show. I kind of like that. Let's see. Both teams to score. Let's see. Where the heck is the Inter Bayern game? There it is. Yeah, it's minus 220. Yeah, me personally, I can't bet that. But yeah, of course. So maybe that's your parlay piece. Maybe you do both teams to score, and Inter and Bayern, and then maybe you parlay it with Barcelona to win to nil. I bet that's a pretty nice little parlay right there. Let's cook up a parlay. Maybe we'll cook a parlay. Maybe we'll add a bet right here on the show. We'll cook up a nice little. Cook us up a nice little parlay. Let's do that. Let's see what that is. I'll add that. I think Inter certainly scores. Bayern, this is a team that's gonna concede. You always love teams at home scoring. I mean, remember we took Dynamo to score against Chelsea. We weren't scared. I'm not scared. I love teams at home scoring in the Champions League. I absolutely love teams at home finding the back of the net. Wow, it's minus. Man, it's a lot of juice. Holy cow! All right, let's get this Barcelona to win to nil. Game props, Barcelona win to nil. Oh my God, Barcelona win to nil is now down to minus 159. People think this team is going to score. That parlay is plus 125. But right now the Barcelona win to nil has literally come down from minus 195 to minus 159. I may do that one alone. So I'm not quite going to make that parlay yet. I may do Barcelona win to nil all by itself. We'll have to see. All right. Good stuff right there, guys. I think you guys got some great bets. Under in Sporting. Sporting was playing. Oh, they were playing Frankfurt, weren't they? Were they playing Frankfurt? I could see under 2.5. I could see under 2.5. Yeah, obviously I've got a bet in for that game, but I like both teams to score in that fixture too. Obviously, I'm not going to add another bet, but yeah. Barcelona, Tottenham I think Tottenham certainly gets the win against Marseille at home at White Hart Lane. Obviously, everybody thinks Barcelona is going to win, so yeah. But I also think Tottenham gets the win. I don't know if they can go into White Hart Lane and get a result. I don't know if they can do it. No double chance for me. I like Tottenham to win the game. Unders. I think Tottenham scores 2. Does it go 2-1, 3-1? I think that one could be a sweaty. I think that one could be a touch sweaty for under 2.5 in Tottenham Marseille. Ajax and Club Brugge, plenty of goals in their games. I see plenty. Obviously, by my first bet, I see goals in Ajax. And by my third bet on the screen, I like Club Brugge scoring. And I also think Leverkusen can score. So, yeah, I think both teams are scoring over 2.5. Could be a great bet in both of those games. But I always gravitate, if I think something like that and I think Club Brugge is capable of getting 2, well, just give me the plus money bet. So that's why I settled on Club Brugge. But I think both teams are scoring over 2.5 is a great bet in the Ajax and the Club Brugge game. Frankfurt, draw, no bet. Yep, I even think that game is at Frankfurt, if I recall. Yeah, I like that. Draw, no bet. I don't see them getting beat. The Europa League champions. I like that bet, Professor. Draw, no bet. I like that. Maybe I add that one. Yeah. I like it. I like that parlay. I think all 4 of those teams are definitely firing the back of the net today. So another great one. Oh, yeah, we're getting any match then Pacific. I should look forward to a live bet today. I don't offer live bet suggestions unless I'm watching the match. There's been times where we're hanging out on TikTok Live or YouTube Live. I'll do it. But if I'm not watching a match, I can't really offer it. You can only go off what my opinion is beforehand. And if you think that is playing out, even though maybe there's not any goals, but it's playing out how I talked about, maybe how you thought ahead of time. The goals just haven't come yet, but the goals are coming because you can watch soccer. You can feel when goals are kind of coming. Then maybe you get a live bet, but I can't give you any suggestion on something I'm not watching. So Sporto and Porto both draw. That's a tough, man. I'm not a big money line player in soccer to begin with. I like Porto under 2.5, so I think it goes 1-0, 1-1, something like that. I think that game screams under 2.5. There's a reason why I had to tweet that out last night. I bet that's not at minus 138. That game just screams low scoring between Porto and Atletico. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to score against Barcelona. I don't think Barcelona is going to concede a goal today. So if you want to hit me up, I'll be hanging out on TikTok Live again, just like I was yesterday. We'll be watching Champions League while we're hanging out on TikTok Live. So if you want to join me on TikTok and then fire at me some live, suggestions, then cool. And obviously I can offer one up for the one that we're doing. So let's go ahead though. And all right, let's catch this last question. Then let's talk some tennis. Anybody that I think can upset today in Champions League? Scrolling through the matchups. They got Napoli. Napoli plus technically would certainly be an upset. I think Club Brugge can absolutely get it done at home. I think Napoli and Club Brugge are probably the 2 best upsets today in Champions League. Give me Napoli and Club Brugge if I'm trying to put together maybe an upset parlay or just maybe one of those. So I like Brugge and I like Napoli today, so that's how I do it. All right, let's go ahead now, fellas, and let's talk some Let's go ahead now and talk some tennis. All right, guys, there's 4 matches today. Obviously, the matches are dwindling down as we get later in here. The one that I'm really interested in, that I really want to bet, is Rublev versus TFO. That one screams high scoring or over on it. That one screams 4 sets for sure. Each of those guys are winning a set. The current form right now for both those guys, and I know Rublev beat him 2 sets to love, a handful of months ago, or was that late? Was that early? I think that was early. Wasn't that early? Trying to pull it up right here. That was early. Yeah, it was early this year in March. I know Rublev won 2 sets to 0, but still, TFO is taking a set. The form of these current players. I'm betting this match. I'm either doing one of 2 bets. I'm either taking the over, or I'm taking the over on aces, and I've been studying the aces of these guys through this. And then they also recently played Fritz, which is their only common opponent on the hardcourt tour, leading obviously up to the U.S. Open hardcourt season. They both played Fritz. TFO played Fritz in Montreal. He played Fritz in Montreal, and then 8 days later, Rublev played Fritz in Cincinnati. And there were tons of aces in that. So I kind of lean over on aces. If I think this is going 4 sets for sure, then if I think it has a damn good chance of going 5 sets, I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong going over on games or going over on aces in that. I lean aces just because it's a touch of a better price. So if I get my 4 sets, if I get my 5 sets, I think they both cash. I think over games cashes and over aces cashes. Just make sure you're following me on Twitter. Just make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'm betting that match. As for the other one, Sinner versus Alcaraz, I don't have a good feel for that. I've watched a couple of their matches here in the U.S. Open for each of those guys. I don't feel it. And then for the ladies, yes, Sabalenka probably wins, and then Swiatek, like the best probably woman tennis player currently right now, so you got to like her chances. But it's like, I think she's like minus 560 on the money line, so how are you betting that? Even her to win 2 sets to 0 is like some absurd price of like minus 200. So I think it's a little too tough to kind of just bet those matches. I think the best one to bet is Rublev TFO, and you just take the over and you live with the result. So that's how I'll be doing that. Yeah, that one probably goes 3 sets. I can see definitely. I think each of them nick one. Sabalenka, though, that was a good match the other night against Collins. I don't know if you guys caught that one. Great match against Collins. She battled back. She had a leg injury. She called a medical timeout. It's amazing. You call a medical timeout. The physio comes out, rubs some cream on her, and then she breaks her and then wins the set. Like, what's in that cream? What is in that cream? It's like so competitive. Then it goes break win immediately after she gets that cream on her leg. But yeah, that being said, I think that one goes 3 sets. I don't know if Pegula. I think Pegula, I'm pretty sure, lost straight sets last tour. Obviously, it all changes. Yeah, Swiatek's beating Pegula. Their last 2 times they've faced, she's won 2-0. I don't know if Pegula can nick a set, and that pains me. Pegula is the daughter of the Bills owner, so obviously I don't have a soft spot for Pegula, but I'm not sure she can. I'm not sure she can do it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go over aces. So again, just make sure you're following me. I think there's no chance she's gonna upset her today. I don't think MTO just breaks the momentum. MTO. The hell's MTO? MTO. Oh, medical timeout. Right, medical timeout. Yeah, it was crazy. Medical timeout. Right, medical timeout. Sorry, it took me a second to say. So I think that's it for today's show. We've done the NFL. We've done Champions League. We've talked some tennis. We've had a good time. I've thoroughly enjoyed all your comments. Thoroughly enjoyed all you guys hanging out. That's why I love this daily show. I love talking sports. I love recapping. Obviously, it's a lot better to do the recap when you win money, but even when you don't win money, I think it's fun to kind of look back and remember the kick in the groins or the kick in the D's, so to speak. So, all right, let's come back tomorrow when we do the recap, though, and let's turn a profit. Like, that'd be cool if we can actually turn a profit. Like I said, I don't think I've turned a profit since Friday, if I recall correctly. So that's all it goes to sports betting, but we're going to turn it around today. Today's going to be the day. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Good luck. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'm gonna add in a bet for Rublev TFO, and I kind of like your guys' suggestions here with the some of these other Champions League that both teams will score kind of angles and stuff. Things I was thinking of. Maybe I'll go ahead and drop them in a parlay. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you guys a little bit later on. Enjoy your day.